Okay, this is our presentation outline. So the first one is about the introduction, then about our literature review, after that manufacturing for monitoring and types of manufacturing, then about the quality control and quality assurance. After that go to the centralized and decentralized, then go to cost analysis, and the last slide would be our conclusion.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Nur Hidayat bin Jamat with metric number 72439, and I will be presenting about the introduction for this project. So first we will begin with the project introduction. Baking industry is one of the most vital sector in the food processing industry. They will produce bakery products. The bakery products are the foundations of the food pyramid and they have high nutritional content. In supermarket, groceries and hypermarket, prepackaged and pre-sliced breads or cakes are sold. Environmental issues, safety, hygiene, freshness, sustainability, and financial limits are the issues in the food sector. They are also waste producers in terms of food, energy, time, and other resources. We need to reduce this waste to reduce our waste and productivity. To reduce this waste, we can achieve lean production. Lean production is a concept or strategy that relies on a set of procedures to reduce waste and boost productivity. For our problem statement, Company Z is a cake manufacturer that distributes cakes to the supermarkets and hypermarkets. It has been in business for 20 years and it wants to grow and compete with other manufacturers. It has received a contract to produce cakes for export for Middle East, and it wants to make a new production which is fully automated. One of our objectives is to design manufacturing monitoring work for Company Z. Besides, we also need to discuss the usage of group technology, cellular manufacturing, flexible manufacturing system for the fully automated system in the cake production. Next one is to select the quality control system for the cake production. And then we also want to differentiate the use of centralized and decentralized approach to the automation of manufacturing process. And finally, we want to estimate the cost and the cost of the cake production. Next one, I will be presenting the literature review part for this project. First, we begin with the history of baking. People bake for the first time by cooking a piece of wild grass grains soaked in water on a hot stone to produce a product resembling bread. Around 600 BC, ancient Greece has begun heating bread and led to the development of encased ovens. Nowadays, there are 4 sections that make up the baking industry, and they are retail, wholesale, in-store, and also food service. We have chosen a cupcake for our product. This is the cupcake processing line. The raw materials needed to make this cupcake are flour, butter, salt, sugar, flavorings, and colorings. So the process is described as following. First, we need to make the batter of the cake and put it inside a hopper of a dispenser machine, and then trays will be moved using conveyor to a cupcake paper liners machine to insert the liners into the tray properly. As the tray move forward and arrive at the dispenser machine, the dispenser machine will open the valve and distribute the batter into the cupcake liners. So the cupcakes will then be moved towards the baking machine. This baking machine will provide different range of temperature, and it will be baking for 25 minutes as the conveyor moves forwards. For the next step, the cupcake will be moved to a cooling chamber for 20 minutes, and fans will be used to cool the cupcake. And then a robot will be used to pick up all the cupcakes from the trays and send them to the packaging conveyor line. For this, in this packaging line, automatic packaging machine will be used to place the cupcake into packaging and seal them. And finally, roller machine will label the packages of the cupcakes using stickers. Now I will move to the manufacturing and for monitoring for this project. First is online monitoring. For online monitoring, there are 3 stages where inspection can be performed. First stage is when receiving raw materials and parts from suppliers. The second stage is during the manufacturing process, while the third stage is before the product is shipped to the clients. Online monitoring will be done as soon as the pieces are made, either as part of the procedure or right away after. There are two types of online inspection process, which are online in-process and online post-process. So these are the differences between online in-process and online post-process. First of all, for online in-process, inspection process is carried out while production is underway. It measures the part while being manufactured. The advantage of using online in-process is it is able to affect the process that is creating the present part, fixing potential quality issues before the final part is finished. For the limitation, it is complicated and expensive in full automation manufacturing. Next one is online post-process. It measures right after the production process is done. The inspections finding may have an immediate impact on how production is conducted. The limitation for this process is that it is impossible to make changes that will affect how part is processed because it has been created. Next one is offline monitoring. Offline monitoring is carried out separately from the production process, which is usually after delay. It is to detect any defects or quality issues on the products that cannot be fixed. It is suitable to be used when if the process variability is within the design tolerance, or when the processing conditions are constant and likelihood of large process deviation is low, or if the inspection costs are considerable in comparison to the cost of a few defective components. The limitation of this offline monitoring is that the parts have been already manufactured by the time poor quality is found. This will be the application of online monitoring for our cupcake. First, we will use a near-infrared spectroscopy machine. It is to measure the grain quality of our wet flour. It is a quick, precise, and affordable process. It can perform qualitative and quantitative analysis. The advantage of using NIRS is that the sample preparation is not required, which makes it an extremely straightforward analysis. The next component we will add for the online monitoring is metal detector. This is used to detect any contamination in the cake caused by broken metal parts, such as nails. It is easy to use, accurate, and reliable. For the next part will be offline monitoring for our cupcake. We will conduct sample testing for this offline monitoring. It is conducted after the production process is finished. Sample from the manufactured cake will be taken for testing, which is to ensure that the cakes are in good quality, well-baked, and edible.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Muhammad Zulkarnain Abdul Kadir. Today I will present about the types of manufacturing. There are three types of manufacturing system, which is group technology, cellular manufacturing, flexible manufacturing systems. For the group technology is to boost the productivity and efficiency by minimizing the setup times, removing useless handling of components, and making better use of the resources at hand. For the cellular manufacturing is the method of making products that sets up workstations and equipments in a certain order to allow things to pass through the production process as quickly as possible while requiring the least amounts of waste and logistic labor. For the flexible manufacturing system is all the system operates by full automation systems or machine which program by computer control and robots, which is to improve the production process, which is faster, more consistent, and more precise than hard automation for the product. The process of cupcake manufacturing production start from the raw material, cup denoster, stage, and filling depositor, which are filling the batter and baking it by using the oven, and transfer it using the conveyor to the robot panel, and the panel will transfer the cupcakes to the cooling and go to the control inspection room and packaging with the storage and for the finish for the cupcake productions. So for the MS layout SP purpose, which is we are using the inline and robot center cell for this layout. cupcake productions. The conveyor is used for transportation system as transferring the cupcake with trays from one other machine to other stations. So, the robot center cell is suitable for dispatch production of cupcake which is using the robot as dependent machines. So, after the cupcake has been baked by using transporting or transfer the cupcakes using the robot depender, the sample will be inspect by the product inspection room, and we go to packaging room and after finish, let's go to storage room. Let's finish cupcake, and I continue about the quality control and quality assurance. We are using the Taguchi methods, which is to improve the product quality and lower production costs with the use of Taguchi methods. The company around which is techniques are built in the better performance and lower production costs may be achieved through less variation in final results provided the product or the process is designed properly. And using the orthogonal array, which is Taguchi method, systematically varies the levels of the control factors and measure the output of the characteristics. There are 9 number of experiments after making the calculations of the Taguchi methods by using the L9 orthogonal array based on the cupcake parameters. And for the quality inspection techniques, which is from the raw material, hazard analysis a critical control point, which is HACCP requirements, which is to prevent any unwanted biological, chemical, or physical change to the foods. And to prevent the contamination of the raw materials, a metal detector is included to provide evidence of inspection. For the better mixing stage, the metal detector are the preferred piece of equipment to utilize in order to help identify the presence of any solid impurities. After the baking stage, checking the weight, equipment like load cells are used for these inspections. Each cupcake must be between 25 gram and 75 gram in weight. Out of this range, product will be disposed. For the packaging, we are using the X-ray inspection. Original objectively is to look at characteristics that are often obscure from vision. The insides of cupcake can be seen, ensuring that there are no impurities within and the quality is also maintained. And I will continue explain about the centralized and decentralized, which approach to the automation of manufacturing process. And for the centralization is discussed about the concentration of control and decision making in a single central place or system in manufacturing automation. The control of the manufacturing process can be improved through the centralizations, along with the tracking and monitoring of production. For the decentralization in the manufacturing automations refers to the division of power and decision making across many sites of system and provide redundancy and strength the manufacturing process resilience since it prevents the failure of one control system from necessarily disrupting the whole operation. And there are advantage and disadvantage for the centralized and decentralized of manufacturing. For centralized, the advantage is to increase the efficiency of productions, provide high visibility and control of manufacturing process, better forecasting and create more local jobs. And this advantage for the centralized is not flexible in manufacturing process because of the expensive cost. The expensive cost of manufacturing and less like flexibility and adaptable. And the advantage of this decentralized, it is increase the flexibility in the manufacturing, save costs, increase the demands or expanding the market. For the disadvantages, it's difficult to scale up the production, low efficiency and productivity, and also more complex to manage because it owns control systems.
Assalamualaikum to Prof. Shade. My name is Umi Zuleka binti Zuliskandar with metric number 71855. Today I will explain about the cost analysis for the company Z for the production of cupcakes. First, I will explain about the variable cost. Variable cost is the expense for the company Z that varies according on how much is produced or sold the product of the cupcakes. On the variable cost also, it included the material costs, direct labor costs, transaction fees, commissions, billable costs, and utilities. Okay, next I will explain about the material cost for the cupcakes, for the 24 cupcakes. So this is the table show that about the estimate price for 24 cupcakes. So the total for the 24 cupcakes is around 40 ringgit and 30 cents. So for the cupcake price is 60 cents per each when inside one tray it has a 24 unit of cupcakes. And then for 1 million production of the cupcakes, it's 60 cent times 1 million. So the total for it is 600,000 ringgit. Okay, next is about the direct labor cost. So the minimum wages in Malaysia is 1,500 ringgit per month starting 1 January 2023. And then for the monthly production rate for the cupcakes is at 333.33 units per month. And for the total labor we require for producing 1 million units of cupcakes we need 15 workers for the production. And the total wages for 15 workers is around 22500 ringgit Malaysia. Okay, this is about the variable manufacturing overhead. So we can see here is the table of total energy cost for the company Z. So we as a group engineer, we assume that company Z operates for 10 hours per day, 5 days per week, 4 weeks per month, and 12 months per year. So the total annual energy cost for the company Z is around 2,160 ringgit. And this value we are refer to the Sarawak Energy Berhad for the energy cost per kilowatt. Okay, this is water rates for commercial that we refer to the Kuching Water Board. So from the table here we can see the commercial rate is around per 1,000 liter, and for the minimum charge in any 1 month is around 22 ringgit. So the total water required for a month production is 2083.33 liters per month, and the total water fee for a year production of the company Z is around 24 ringgit when 02 cent. Okay, this is the fixed cost table. So the fixed costs are expenses that remain constant regardless of changes in sales or production levels. So the fixed costs are classified as indirect costs. So from the table we can see the variable for the company Z is from factory building until the packaging machine. So the total for the fixed cost of the company Z is around 1477,503.42 ringgit Malaysia. Next is about the break-even analysis. The break-even analysis can be used to estimate when a business or an innovative good or service that will become successful. So the total variable cost per unit is 1 ringgit and 75 cents. It's also including the total wages for a unit. So the price cupcake on the current market today is around 2 ringgit and 90 cents per each. So by considering their target margin of 40% is 4 ringgit and 06 cents for the selling price per unit. And to conclude, the break-even point is the company Z is required to sell 639,612 units per year to cover the total fixed cost per year. So the conclusion is we has a company of engineer at company Z will offer the idea of developing full automated manufacturing for the production of cupcakes. And then for the Tanguchi method, its approach also ensure time-based and money-saving method where it is carried out by running the consumer design and development phases concurrently. And lastly is when all elements and a break-even analysis are considered, a fully automated system is preferred as a production technique since it will yield significant investment returns for the production of cupcakes. So that's all from our group V. Thank you.